Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your often humble host, Eric, joined by my lovely co-hosts, Andrew Teedy and quiet Michael Labune, and they're going to have some funny memes. But first, a trademark copyrighted, absolutely necessary portion of every show, we have to do the depressing news. It's ours.
We're first in depressing news.
Yeah.
We own depressing.
If you didn't oh, for frank's sake, I'm not doing a share, right?
We were the first to do it.
110 episodes.
We're first in depressing news and avoidable mistakes.
Yeah. Is this showing now? All right, here we go. Oh my God.
So we got trademarked avoidable mistake coming your way.
Big news week, all kinds of stuff happened, and yes, the depressing news. The trademark copyrighted official part of our show. Started during COVID, and really it was just because we needed to figure out, like, where we were in time, to remember it. So a lot of stuff happened today. I guess, a guy in Florida did some stuff, pled not guilty, which is kind of amusing. Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced a measure to defund Trump's special counsel. She embarrassed herself more. She's coming up later in the show. Smoke and heat are covering the United States. Still, the East Coast is especially getting quite a bit of smoke, which is why I played some Purple Haze in the playlist there. There's all kinds of crazy graphics on your NPR station, Michael, man. I was absolutely loving it. This one was particularly apocalyptic. Orange. There's like lots of orange coming into your state. It's terrifying. Anyway, so I thought that was interesting.
It's also kind of trippy.
Oh, thanks, man. I thought so too. Yeah, I can't make it play again. I'm sorry. Don't know if you heard about this, but a comedian has been asked by Interpol, by Malaysia. Malaysia has asked Interpol to track down a comedian, apparently Jocelyn Chia, a lawyer turned comedian, prominently featuring in New York. Apparently told a joke where she was making fun of the historic rivalry between Singapore and Malaysia because they were briefly part of the same country. She called Singapore a first world country and Malaysia remained developing, joking that Malaysian airplanes cannot fly. Then she added, Malaysian Airlines going missing, not funny, huh? Some jokes don't land. Wanted by Interpol. The Saudi Arabia has taken over the PGA Golf Tour, merged with them, and that's been a big stink among the rich golfing class. There was a truck fire that caused the I-95 collapse in Philadelphia. And that's kind of a big deal. They were saying that this segment, now that is crashed, might be closed for a year, which is just insane to me. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, hey, live, local, late breaking. We have the WMBF news car here, live, local, and rammed to the back of a truck. So late breaking. I liked it. There was quite a bit of news this week. Some of the stuff I saw undercovered was that there was a delightful quid pro quo, apparently, between Saudi Arabia and Jared Kushner. If you don't forget, like all of a sudden, like they decided to give Jared $2 billion that he'd never ever dealt with before, and the DOJ is investigating it. Here down in the corner, we see Jack Vance. Got to tell you what. Molly Plukins is saying Jack Smith, People Magazine's sexiest man alive, 2024. And I commented on several places saying, you mean Coach Beard?
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
A little bit.
Exactly.
He kind of looks like a cross between Coach Beard and Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, intriguing.
Oh, my God, could this be Sacha Baron Cohen? Is this a bit?
I'm trying to think what else happened. Oh yes, the air in New York City, as we mentioned, was absolutely hazy and Blade Runner looking-ish. Here's some photos. Here's one that was particularly popular going around.
One can only hope.
Godzilla silhouetted next to the Empire State Building there.
News.
What you got? Yeah, more news. Let's see here. Friend of the show, Ben passed along. California threatened Governor DeSantis with kidnapping charges after migrants were flown to Sacramento, which was, thrilling to see that maybe some accountability was going to come along. That would be fun. Not trusting it, but it would be nice to believe. Oh yes, Marjorie Trader Greene. She is now confirmed to be a leaker and a narcissist. If you missed this, she went on Laura Ingraham and she said that she had been in a skip, come outside, written down all the notes. You're not allowed to take notes. You're not allowed to pass along anything that you get in a skip in those security things. And National Security DC Attorney Mark Zaid tweeted, if this information is classified, sounds to me like Congresswoman committed a crime. And if it was not, Speaker McCarthy should remove her privileges for violating the trust she was afforded as a member to review sensitive information. So a lot of people tweeting that she had committed a crime. So that'll be fun. It could be interesting. I don't know. Hey, record temperature in the North Atlantic is literally off the chart. Look at that puppy.
We did it.
Oh,
We did it.
1982 to now. We did it. Yeah, exactly. Holy crap.
We're number one. We're number one in global warming.
That's a very straight line.
Last week, there was just an absolute fun time that Trump was charged with federal criminal charges. I got to tell you what, I don't know if I came down with a slight case of synesthesia because suddenly the words federal criminal charges were like delicious, like my mouth. Like just saying them right now, it's like steak and potatoes. It's absolutely fantastic. We had another one of those tragic, shitty shootings where a white person in Florida just shot her neighbor through the door. And apparently one of my conservatives in my issues and blah, blah, blah group said, stand your ground laws are misused. You cannot shoot through a door. So apparently, according to the dumb rules that we made up on this stupid fucking game, maybe she's going to face consequences. And I did check. She got arrested. She's locked up. So that was kind of fun. Want to talk about the, I want to talk about the super biggest news. Co-founder of Facebook for the Blind, George Cruikshank, and social media director of the Cruikshank, of Facebook for the Blind, Chelsea Nie Rennert, now Chelsea Cruikshank, got married Wednesday after last week's show.
Wow.
And I had the honor and privilege of being the photographer for the wedding, and Chelsea lent me her camera. I checked out a video camera from the library. I shot it from multiple angles. I ran way more technology than I should ever be allowed, as the people in this show should know clearly. And there were quite a few great scenes. Friend of the show, Chandler, blowing bubbles. They had blowing bubbles instead of rice. Friend of the show, Christian Yanakis, also blowing bubbles. Fantastic pictures from iPhones. And anyway, but the big thing for me was that Chels sent me this image and she said, I love this photo. And I was
Nice.
like,
It's a good shot, bro.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you. So I improved it because I can't stop fucking around, man. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yes.
And then George made this his cover shot on Facebook. And I mean, I was so honored. I was just honored beyond all belief. It was just really tremendous. And it was just a special time for me as an artist. So thank you all. Thank you all so much. My heart is full of blood, as I think a French expression goes. I don't know.
Did you say your heart is full of blood?
Yeah, I think it's like in French. That's what it is. So anyway, do we miss any of the other big
All right.
stories? 2024 presidential race, garbage. That dude in Florida, GOP, migrants, smoke, LGBT. Hey, happy Pride Month again. Nope, that's about it. And this is one last shot from the show. They had glow sticks at the end instead of rice. So you had to go through this like tunnel of waving glow sticks. And it was absolutely fantastic. And
As
that
a colorblind person, I want you to know that this picture is very boring.
right on, sure, understood. Yeah. I told them all to shake their moneymaker, and if I had the authority to splice video into this show, I would, but get real, people. That constitutes the news from Facebook for the Blind for June 13th, 2023. And now handing it off to my beautiful co-host, Michael Labune, with some funny memes and a nice long round one.
Here comes my nice long round one. A picture of Pat Robertson, old as fuck. He died. And the caption says, "Only the good die young."
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Right.
hell yeah. He's old as shit.
Here's a picture of what are these fucking things called? These flying dinosaurs?
Pterodactyls.
Nice.
Yeah. Or
Spelled with a P.
maybe a pteranodon? Because there's two different ones.
Perhaps.
Anyway, pterodactyl attacking a kid, and it says mosquitoes in Canada. And that's exactly right. This is from Meanwhile in Canada. The Laughing Librarian, friend of the show, host of the show, the Laughing Librarian. I think this might be a different Laughing Librarian who's retweeting Susie Dent, who says, "Word of the day is latibulate,
Ooh.
17th century, to hide in a corner in an attempt to escape reality." And first comment says, "Okay, well, we're bringing that back, obviously."
Oh, word.
Oh, The Onion is reporting, in the picture of Donald Trump here, and it says The Onion is reporting that Trump denies storing documents in bathrooms, saying just because a room has a toilet doesn't make it a bathroom. Oh, I like this. This is from Totally 80s Room, at Totally 80s Room, friend of the show, at Totally 80s Room. And it's a picture of Paul from the Wonder Years, and it says, "Before the internet, some kid told you Paul from the Wonder Years was actually Marilyn Manson, and you'd go on believing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
I fucking did believe that. I like this. This is from Seeding Sovereignty, friend of the show, Seeding Sovereignty, and it's a picture of a young Native man talking to an elderly Native man and smoking. They're sitting outside of a trailer. And the radio reports non-white babies now outnumber white babies in America for the first time. And the elder replies, "Second."
Oh, snap.
Damn. Zing.
Yeah, I fucking love that. I only have a couple more memes for this round. This is coming to us actually from Fuck Jerry, who's reposting at Jev Halution. And this is an older story, but I really love it. It says, "I noticed there was a blank wall at McDonald's, so I decided to make this fake poster of me and my friend, and it's now been 51 days since I hung it up." You can see the two guys are right here, and here's the fake poster behind him. I read an article about this. This shit was true. It ended up staying up for like, I don't know, something like 3 or 4 months. And more, because he made this poster look like McDonald's bullshit, you know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway.
Yeah,
That's,
it's pretty spot on, dude.
oh, I wanted
Nobody asked.
I want to defile some corporate art now. Hail to
It's so good. It's spot on though. All right, and my last meme for this round one. Maybe I might. No, I have another one. I think after this. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, this is it. John Smiley at John Smiley 42 says, "Imagine it's Sunday morning. You've been allowed to sleep in as long as you want, and you have no chores or responsibilities all day. There's a fresh fallen snow on the ground. Your mom makes cinnamon rolls and serves you breakfast, but you're almost 3, so you are blind with rage." That's all I got for the wholesome round. Kicking it over to you, TD.
All right, everybody. It is time for TD's often imitated, never duplicated, world famous short round one. Short, but it gets the job done. Okay. All right, everybody. It is time for TD's often imitated, never duplicated, world famous short round one. Short, but it gets the job done. Okay, here we go. Friend of the show, Joe the Animal, posted a meme of this dried up mummy. It says, little known historical fact, pharaohs were buried with their arms crossed because they believed there would be countless water slides in the afterlife. It's that classic mummy pose where the arms are crossed. It's like, okay, ready? Shoom! Down the typhoon slide. All right, next up. Friend of the show, Christopher Pugh. Post picture of, kind of a chubby, oddly drawn Spider-Man going up to a cow. And the cow bites Spider-Man, and in the final frame, he's swinging from a web, but he's shooting milk out of his udders because he's Spider Cow Man.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
I didn't see him in
weird.
Spider-Verse, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
All right, next up. Andrew TD, I posted this a few years back. I reposted from George Takei. It's a picture of a dachshund, and it says, "Why did the cowboy adopt the
Round
dachshund?
one.
Get along, little doggy."
Mm.
That come on, if you've ever seen a Western, you know what the hell I just said. Come on. All right. They're not all winners, George. All right. Crap Queen enthusiast post a picture. It says, the way conservatives lose it over the mere sight of pride flag is so sad and pathetic. And it's a shriveled up, eyeless, soulless meme guy wearing a MAGA hat. And it says, stop giving me your toughest battles. And then there's, meme Jesus, white meme Jesus. And he's just like, it's literally just a piece of cloth with the rainbow colors on it. LOL. Yeah, that's about right. All right. Next up, Internet Hall of Fame, friend of the show, repost from Cassie G. She says, when I lost my ex at a party, I found him hooking up with another girl in the next room. Last night, I lost my boyfriend at a party and found him alone eating buffalo chicken dip straight out of the crock pot. Upgrades.
Yeah.
I'm saying, ladies, get you a fat guy. We don't do that, and that's stupid. All right. I'm a little stupid. Once again, Andrew TD, I posted this last year. It says, me in heaven. God, you're about to get your wings. Me, garlic parm or honey barbecue? God, get out. I guarantee that's what I would do.
I can see it.
Friend of the show, Neely Goodsell. She posts from Diane Capri. It's a picture of this cute little smiling coffee cup just sitting there enjoying his day. And then the next frame, he's looking up, whistling, seeing a coffee pot come into view. Coffee starts to dribble into the cup in the third picture, and he's got a little grin on his face, like, yay. And then in the fourth picture, there's a little steam coming out of the coffee cup, and his eyes get real big, and his mouth gets real tight. And in the fifth frame, more steam's coming out. His eyes are bulging out of his face. They're red. He's screaming, just like, yeah, because, coffee's hot, and it's being poured into his skull cavity.
Oh, dude, you kind of make me want to have coffee poured into my skull cavity.
Right.
I mean, that would speed up the process.
God, that would
I
wake
got
me up.
My buddy Patrick from Nashville had this great joke. He said, I like my women like I like my coffee. Hot, on my lap. He goes, so if there's any hot women out there, why don't you come over here and pour some hot coffee on my lap? So fucking stupid.
But I bet he got attention from it.
Yeah.
Who knows? He's
Right,
he wanted to laugh, so he got
all
what he
right,
wanted.
this is the last one I got for round one. Yeah, that is true. From friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me, Jason Jester. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Jason.
He posted a picture. It says, I see your Panic at the Disco and raise you. It's pictured just the storefront, but a sign on the roof says crying at the orgy. I want to hear that album. I want to hear an album from Crying at the Orgy. That's all.
Guys, if we ever form a
I'll
band,
play it for you live.
I would say, yeah, if we ever form a band, it's got to be Crying at the Orgy.
next.
It's your turn.
No, that's all I got. That's
Crap.
next turn, buddy.
Oh,
No.
Ah,
Oh
sorry.
man, now I know what round 2 has in
Oh
store.
no!
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
no, my first move has been revealed. All right, go ahead, Sizemore.
Friend of the show, David King passes along Ryan at integrity_guy, who says, when a baby on board sticker is a little faded and beat up, and you know the kid is at least a year or two old now, and the car is safe to ram. Facebook for the Blind, a weekly memecast. If you're not following Facebook for the Blind, a weekly memecast, you are missing out. Just stumbled across our friend Esteban Gast on a Zoom show this week. He was on sets with Leah and Justin. It was pretty funny. He told a story about opening for Tim Meadows at the jukebox in Peoria.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Anyway, good stuff, funny stuff. Anyway, this is the trademark copyrighted wholesome round, and I don't know where else to put this. Friend of the show, Mackenzie Archibald. You guys remember Mackenzie? You guys remember Mackenzie? I gave Mackenzie and Karthik right home from the wedding because we were all smashed. And 8 years ago, she had a memory, so she reposted it. Danielle Grace says, take your husband's last name, take his first name, take his social, assume his identity, hide the body in a closet. You're the husband now. Richard J. Levi posts this picture of a tree. Gorgeous, cinematic, unbelievable. Michael, I know you can't see color, but you can tell that this has just a dappled.
It's tree colored.
It is tree colored with a vivid blue sky and a perfect like cloud modeling and just a darkness around the. It's just gorgeous, and he's captioned it "tree."
I mean, yeah, because it's tree.
How often
It could be the
how-
tree's name capitalized.
How often on social media does anybody just have a post that is so on point?
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Meg Slay. If you're not following Meg Slay, you are missing out. Reposting Coco at Mystical Laz F says, imagine you text me what that mouth do, and I say, come find out. Now it's 3 a.m. and you're on the edge of my bed listening to me talk shit about the government.
I think I dated her once.
I would fucking swoon.
God. Moist Buddha making first appearance in the show. 5
Hey,
stars
Moist
here.
Buddha.
5 stars here, passing along, smiling, nodding. Says Lyft driver is doing double speed limit, has a check engine light on, and is blasting Slipknot. 30% tip territory.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Moist Buddha coming in a second time with seeming legit. Hurt McCopain says, started my new job as Amazon social media director. Says Jeff Bezos, give me the gay profile pic ready for next week. Friend of the show and founder George Cruikshank, now Mr. George Cruikshank, passes along chef secrets. Says breaking news: Kraft cheese minis recalled. And we see this tiny little tube, like between 2 fingertips, labeled Kraft Parmesan cheese with like little chunks of cheese. And it says new travel-sized Parmesan confusing the crack smokers.
Top shelf.
Friend of the show, John Hagenbrenner, passes along this picture of the Crypt Keeper, giving a very bug-eyed, leaning in thing with his steepled fingertips, like a. And it says, Pat Robertson is dead. Champagne. Science humor passes along Richard Feynman, who says a chemist froze himself at negative 273.15 degrees Celsius. Everybody said he was crazy, but he was okay. 0 Kelvin. That's a science dad joke, I'll have you know.
Oh, wow, I went right over my head. I
Yeah.
did not get that joke.
Dude, and I love it, man. The first commenter says, how did he exist at that temperature?
Dead. He existed as dead.
Yeah, he identifies now as a popsicle.
Well, what was fascinating to me was there is a theoretical thing called absolute zero. And if you get to absolute zero, electrons would stop orbiting and nobody really knows what happens to the fabric of reality at that point in time. So I thought,
I do.
How did he exist was a really cool question.
Hmm.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that is a cool question. It's more science shit. Okay, next meme, man. I'm not
History
Yeah.
for
going back
history
to
for the
college.
witty. History for the witty 2.0 passes along this picture from Little House on the Prairie. It says, when your Wi-Fi is down for 10 minutes. Which happened to me, and I felt this meme. Owen Anderson passed along this interesting engraving that sort of looks like a goth album cover from like the 80s, maybe. It says, what if the interpretation is wrong? And we see an angel kicking, I guess, Adam and Eve out of the garden. It says, what if Lucifer loved humanity so much he rebelled when God abandoned us? So he left heaven to join us. I just wanted to pass this along to fuck with Michael.
I'm familiar with Satanism. I find it compelling.
Fun. Friend of the show, KJ, passes this one along, says, made me laugh. Says, when my son was 3, he had a guinea pig named Rufus, and one day he left the cage open and Rufus disappeared. I bought a replacement Rufus, never told my son, and things were going fine until the original Rufus showed up, and I had to pretend he was Rufus's cousin, Roger, from Philly. And Facebook for the Blind Weekly Memecast passes this one along. Happy Pride Arc. In an attempt to take back the rainbow, Ken Ham has illuminated his Ark Encounter, and we see the Ark Encounter in Kentucky lit up in the rainbow colors. Someone called it Pride Arc, and now the fundies are having a shit fit. Hashtag Pride Arc, trending on Twitter right now. Oh my God, I hate Ken Ham. I sent this to our
Yeah,
favorite
that guy
atheist,
sucks.
Michael Matthews, and he loved it. Oh, I should send it to Stuart Huff. Stuart Huff going to be at Atkins this weekend. And
Yes.
finally, for round 1, SB Nation passes along. Is Baby Gronk the new drip king, or is he just getting rizzed up by Livy? Tribal.al/MEJSA9C. And Damian Owens comments, I'm 50. All celebrity news looks like this. Curtains for Zushka? Case Smog and Batboy caught flipping a grunt.
Seriously. Listen, I read this. I felt ancient when I read that. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, I don't know one fucking word of this headline.
That's what it is. Tribal.al/MEJSA9C. And Damian Owens comments, I'm 50. All celebrity news looks like this. Curtains for Zushka? Case Smog and Batboy caught flipping a grunt.
Seriously. Listen, I read this. I felt ancient when I read that. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, I don't know one fucking word of this headline.
That's what it feels like, peoples. That's what it feels like.
Getting rizzed
The only
up.
thing I understood was Baby Gronk.
The only thing I understood was Drip King. I knew what that meant. But that was it. I don't know fucking baby understood was Drip King. I knew what that meant. But that was it. I don't know fucking Baby Gronk is.
Find out this was real till right now.
All right, the ugly side of Tumblr kicking off for round 2, the Ill Reverend round. And this is 4 screen grabs from a cartoon show that I don't watch. And it's a nerdy looking girl and she says, and there's a boy, he looks over like, what? And she says, your ass is grass and I'm going to mow it. And he says, leave me alone. And Sex Noise says, if a girl were to say this to me, I would laugh and fall in love. Your ass is grass and I'm going to mow it. Anarcho.spirituality, friend of the show, Anarcho Spirituality. Listen, if you're not following Anarcho Spirituality, where are you getting your Anarcho Spirituality memes?
Crazy.
They retweet Eric Ivan Donovan Wolf, who quotes the IRS here saying, you owe me money. Me. Okay, how much? IRS. Guess. Me. Okay, $200? IRS. No. Sad face. Jail. Some political dude, friend of the show, some political dude. He posts without caption. These 2 white women walking. One is wearing an American flag around her waist, carrying a Trump flag. And they're both, I would say, in their late 50s, early 60s, very white, walking side by side. And they're both wearing shirts that say Blacks for Trump 2020. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. at Joe_W Barnes. There's a picture of a white man, white woman in front of a huge castle, and she's holding keys. And it says, "We stopped buying avocados and expensive coffees 1 year ago today, and just look at us now."
All it took, folks. Grit.
Hey, I actually saw this tweet out in the wild and just loved it so much. Michael Erler says, "Kind of pointless trying to get Republicans to understand the point of Star Trek or Rage Against the Machine or whatever when they don't even get the point of Jesus Christ."
Oh.
I just like that he has the
Oh.
Joe Montana avatar.
Yeah, it's so tight. And yeah, definitely has a Joe Montana avatar. Extra points for that. 3 more memes. This one's coming to us from Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. He tweets this picture of Ted Kaczynski, and we have a trade offer, folks. It just says you receive mail. He sent bombs in the mail, Eric.
Oh, I
He was a
see.
Unabomber.
Yeah.
Kat Damon, friend of the show, Kat Damon, at Corn on the Goblin, says, "My son just walked into my room and said," oh, I'm sorry, this is also is a retweet by Middle Class Fancy and Rad Dad, friend of the show, both Middle Class Fancy and Rad Dad. They say, "My son just walked into my room and said, 'Daddy, I'm scared to die. Not of going to hell. I don't think there is such a place, but I guess I'm scared there's nothing. There was nothing before, so what if there's nothing after?' He's 37 years old and on acid." And my last meme for round 2, the ill Reverend Round, comes to us from Dizzy at Run Dizzy, who says, "Bro, the ramifications." And the first comment says, "I forgot about the Rammies, bro." I laugh so fucking hard at this. "Bro, the ramifications. I forgot about the Rammies, bro." And that's all I have for round 2. Back to you, TD. Don't forget about the
Okay.
Rammies, bro.
Oh yeah, the Rammies, man. Wow. Okay, time for my number 2, average.
Regular.
Okay, friend of the show, Jason Jester, once again kicking off round 2 here, says, "Friend, let's get a table outside, me." And it's a picture of Newman from Seinfeld, and he's just like glaring up, but he's very sweaty because that's what
So
happens
sweaty.
that's what happens when you ask a chubby boy to go out in this heat. Sometimes we get sweaty and cranky like Newman. All right, moving on.
You guys always want to sit outside when it's cold.
Yes, we do, but we're like huskies. Me and my husky just sit outside all winter, just like, no, we good, man. Wild TikTok screenshots. We just met, and it's a picture of a dude doing some framework on a house. He's got these nailing together with a nail gun, and it says, and there's a caption over and it says, "Trust my gut, the same gut that shit my pants last month." Yeah, I don't think so. I feel this
Trust
for
issues.
all the wrong reasons. All right, moving on. Andrew, not me, at Andrew Cannings says, "Me, do you think Chewbacca has pecs or a trail of tiny teats like a piglet? Uber driver, why did you sit in the front?"
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. Next, for the love of God. Count Draven repost Benson and Tanya for democracy. And they just say $3 is a bargain, but I'm good. And it's a picture of a Hardee's Carl's Jr. if you're on the West Coast. And it says, "Try one of our $3 anus melts."
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm good, fam.
You know, I gotta say, normally when that word comes up, I'm open-minded, but
Yes, there's words that shouldn't be combined, and anus and melt are 2 of them.
yeah.
All right,
those
next up, for the
don't
love of
go
God.
good together. Those do not go good together at all.
Not at all, dude. Internet Hall of Fame once again. It is like, whoa. somebody texts saying, "Hey, the neighbor's kids challenges to a water fight." Next guy goes, "I'm in, just waiting for the water to boil." First guy's like, "What?"
Hey.
No, I'm sorry, what? But I'm probably the second guy in this conversation. That's what I'm saying. All right, next. Hey, once again, Andrew T, myself, I posted this a few years back. It's a picture here of a horse and buggy. And it says, for most of human history, vehicles had automatic collision automatic collision avoidance, and could even take you home when you were sleeping or drunk. And then we got rid of the horse.
Mm.
I'm saying, bring back the horse and buggy, dude. Be a lot safer.
Interesting.
A lot of work.
It was a lot of work, yes, and poop. Midwest versus everybody at Midwestern Ope. And it says, name an extreme Midwest sport. When the corn gets so tall that you can't see oncoming traffic at the intersection.
Oh my God.
We're
That shit
about
is
three,
so
we're about
fucking
3-4
scary,
weeks
man.
away from that, guys. It's coming. It's real close.
Oh my God.
Knee high
Check
by the
local
4th of July.
listings, but It's already knee high around here, man. I'm a road farmer. It's what I do. All right, moving on. Friend of the show, Stephanie Bolt, says, when it's so humid out that you have to do the Nacho Libre stretch because your balls are stuck to your leg, and it's Jack Black and the cinematic thing that happened, Nacho Libre, doing a long leg stretch and very, tight on the crotchal region.
Yeah, this is the my balls are too sweaty stretch for sure. 1000%.
I mean, yeah, we've all done it. Those of us with said equipment. Moving on. Shitpost Gateway, soon to be friend of the show, I think. It says, when you're stoned at your minimum wage kitchen job and you see Gordon Ramsay walk in with a camera crew, and it's Brendan Fraser from, I think, The Mummy, with just this look on his face like, you dumb bitch. Yeah, like, yeah, I can see that happen. Oh, hey, nope, that's no, keep going. I thought that was my end, but it's not. This is my end. Friend of the show, one of my best buddies, Larry Smith, at Pound Smith too. Follow him, please. Says, hey, stand-up comics. I don't care if you look like Burt Kreischer or Matt Rife. Just leave your damn shirt on. But then you knew it was coming. Friend of the show, Baking Will Bake. Baking Will Bake, the show where I make delectable baked goods full of sugar and spice while I'm full of herb. Please follow me on TikTok. Posted, but I can still totally freeball it, yes?
I fucking hate following somebody when they take their shirt off. That is like that's like a weird stand-up comedy open mic thing, and it really it sucks 100% of the time. Even if it's funny, it sucks.
There's a couple of jokes I do where I pull my shirt up just to get access to my belly button, but the shirt's like, you're never seeing my nipples. Like the shirt doesn't come off. Unless
you're at some sort of like strip comedy where you have to get naked.
Or nudist comedy shows, stuff like that. Yeah.
But anything outside of that, yeah, I'm with you, Larry. 1000%. Keep your fucking shirt on.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, that's round two. Go ahead.
All right, round two. Moving on. Hey, I had this come up in my memories, like just images here. And this was our 60th episode back in June of 2022. The Father's Day, Juneteenth, Pride, and 4th January 6th hearing episode with Ruben, who I miss dearly.
Ruben.
Anyway, I thought I'd bring it up because I think all of us know Ruben.
Yeah.
I saw that he posted this week because I hadn't seen anything from him in a long time, and he posted that he got through an audition at Knott's Berry Farms, or Not Scary Farms, I should say, because he works in their year-round haunted house. So I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. So he's pursuing his acting career, and we hope to see him back here again, man. Anyway, it is Pride Month, and this one was going around quite a bit. We have Ernie and Bert arms around each other on the beach, looking off under the waves. And it says, every kind of love is better than any kind of hate, which I thought was pretty good. I forgot an animal story. I did have an animal story this week. Apparently, this woman had a deer die in her yard, so she bought a trail cam with night vision so she could like watch and see what kind of like varmints would come in the night. And she said she was shocked to discover something far more sinister that night. Two half-naked people with only some rags covering their privates seemed to be feasting on the animal, which is just about as nasty as it gets. Influenced by Yellow Jackets, and I was like, okay, yet another reason I don't need to watch this silly.
No.
I know, there's your fun, heartwarming animal story. Hey, you know, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but librarians actually gave the intelligence industry the whole document classification thing. So yay for classified documents, and you're welcome. Friend of the show, Sarah Rads. If you're not following Sarah Rads, I mean, you know, that's up to you, I guess. She says, I want AI to anticipate what groceries I'm running low on, search every flyer and website in my city, find the very best price, and then compile me a weekly list based on the best deals per fewest stops. I do not want an AI to make a picture of me if I were an astronaut.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think friend of the show, Aaron Dobbs, said it best. 1,000 times this. Why are these guys always creating crap that I don't need? Friend of the show, Debbie Jelinski Adams, passes along this little tidbit. Every once in a while, I remember the hot coffee case and how we as a society villainized a horrifically injured little old lady in support of a massive corporation, McDonald's, and how all the signs of this twisted dystopia have always been there. Yeah. Anyway, that was passed along by viral memes for quarantine teens. And if you haven't seen the HBO Films documentary Hot Coffee, I highly recommend it. I've seen it at least twice, and it's woo! Not the story you saw in the press. Oh
Yeah,
no! Here we have a picture of a fortune cookie, and it says, "You will die at an Arby's in Columbus, Ohio."
Oh, fuck. I always knew it. I always knew it.
I know, right? It's got that truthy vibe to it. You're just like, yep, it's true. I felt it. Should have known. Got just a couple more here. Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to pass this one along because we mentioned Matt Rife. He says, I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio, Matt Rife said. I don't know if anyone's ever made that mistake. And I spotted one. This is going to be my last year of the close. I spotted the Bill Hader running from Pennywise meme. And if you're not familiar with that, it's Pennywise and Bill Hader. You know, it's some, I don't know, Renaissance fair, backstage. I have no idea where these two would meet. But this is a 2-panel, and it's captioned on the one side with Bill Hader laughing. They're both laughing. Me telling my mom a joke, and Pennywise is laughing. And then Pennywise looks really mean. And Bill Hader is freaked out and is starting to run away. And he says, my mom turning it into a lecture.
Yeah, no shit.
The one that really got me this week and is closing out Act 2 here is Bill Hader. And they're both laughing in the laughing panel. It just says, America, desperately pleading for one goddamn day where no weird shit happens. And Pennywise is labeled Florida.
Just laughing.
Oh God,
Oh.
that's so true.
No, Florida man's gonna rob a fast food joint with a lobster. You know, like, anything could happen. So there we go, closing out the irreverent, ill-reverend round, however you feel like it, and moving on to round 3. Reverend round, however you feel like it, and moving on to round 3, the penultimate round.
Round 3, the penultimate round. Starting with Matt, who says, I bet Bruce Wayne sometimes accidentally signs his credit card receipts as Batman when he's drunk. I know I do. Here we have a picture of Adam West, who says, I never had to say I'm Batman. I showed up and people knew who the hell I was. Philosophy matters. As a how it started, how it's going. How it started, we have a picture of a very young, very preppy, very bougie looking Kurt Russell who says, me. excited to learn about philosophy to understand reality better. And next we have a picture of Kurt Russell from Escape from LA, and he says, me, after I understand reality better. Eye patch, leather jacket, smoking a cigarette. Danny Gold says, I understand why people on the West Coast are upset that the smoke affecting New York City is a bigger story than the West Coast wildfire smoke. But they need to realize that the lives of people in New York City and the Northeast in general are much more valuable than those of the people on the West Coast.
Sometimes
Code Blue memes.
that.
Code Blue memes. Friend of the show, Code Blue memes. These are memes, especially created for nurses and people who are often involved in Code Blues. It's a picture of a gorilla throwing another gorilla by the feet. And it says, my family at my funeral, heaven just gained another angel. And then this picture of the gorilla is me in hell fighting the motherfucker who invented the call button. Christian Bradley West at Christian B. West says, being present is just microdosing eternity. I have two more for this round. Here comes Sam Salisbury. He says, the guy with the worst grades should get to give a graduation speech too. Let's hear both sides. And my last meme for this round, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most, comes to us from The Onion. Having a big night tonight at The Onion. They report Eli Lilly unveils insulin that doesn't work on poor people.
Oh, fuck. Oh!
And the shit I'm on.
And that is it for my round 3, the penultimate round. Let's see what you got, TD.
All right. My penultimate round, or as I like to call it, TD lands this turkey. All right. Jason Jester once again kicking off round 3 here. And it's a picture of like an old school, like little, what do they call those books back in the day?
Gold something, yeah.
Gold house, some shit like that. Anyway, a bunch of horses running on it, and it says, and the title of the book is Your Mom's Fart Spooked the Horses. They're all running, stampeding. Like there's a horse at the bottom going, what the actual fuck? That's some Taco Bell shit right there. All right. Friend of the show. Friend of the show, Fucked Up Foods. They got a box of Edelman's, little chocolate frosted little donut looking things with Edelman's little butthole. It's rich frosted butthole.
This is the funniest word in the English language. Butthole.
Butthole is a great word. I love it. Yeah. Frosted little butthole.
It's so direct.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
So distracted with the buttholes again. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, man. Okay, friend of the show, Doggo Memes. Teacher, you have 5 dogs and someone wants 2 of them. How many dogs do you have left? Me, 5. Teacher, okay, let's say someone forcefully takes 2 dogs. What do you have now? Me, 5 dogs and a dead body. I actually do own 5 dogs, and yes, I am this mean. This is me. Don't touch my babies. Moving on. Harmoniously inappropriate. Post picture of an orchestra. And it says, when the cowbell isn't enough, because if you look closely at the back of the orchestra, there's this old codger with a shotgun firing that some bitch in the air.
Wow.
And you, like, the guy to do the kettle drums, he's standing there holding his ears. Like, oh no, it's time for Fred's solo. Okay, moving.
He's too old to be in this band.
He really is. Friend of the show once again, Stephanie Bolt. Phone 1%. Gas E. Bank account 12 cents. Mental stability low. Feet pics for sale.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting kind of rough. I'm gonna have to like start lotioning up my feet again.
Dude,
Buddy will buy 'em.
I am so far from having my feet beach ready.
Me too, dude. Unless like the beach was in like Mordor. All right, moving on. Front of the show, Deborah M says, other people, gosh darn it, me. God fucking fuck ass shit damn cock waffles.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I have
I'm
that
seriously
same
getting this
flavor of
meme.
Tourette syndrome there, man.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Like-
so glad the customers can't hear me when I'm in the warehouse doing inventory, because that's exactly what I sound like.
Dude, I
Dude.
said one time at work, somebody said something about saying fuck, and I said, I don't say fuck. And they were like, you say fuck all the time. I said, no, I say fuckity fuck, fucking fuck, fuck.
Yeah.
I stubbed my toe at work one time and I yelled out cock money. And I have no idea why. It was just pain. That's how I reacted to it. Cock money.
I was joking. I was joking with one of my coworkers a couple of weeks ago, and instead of just telling him to shut up, I say, shut your cock holster.
Oh.
And one of my other coworkers, who's also a veteran, he puts his hand on my shoulder, goes, can't say that one around the normies. So yeah, moving on.
Good point.
I mean, yeah.
I know most of the time I'm like normies, fuck them. But yeah, not if there's money.
Yeah, you're like team normie on this one. I got the normie flag. Moving on. You think the normie flag is a picture of George Wendt on it?
I thought it was.
Thank you for getting that joke. Thank you for getting that.
I thought it was a bowl of cream of wheat.
Wu-Tang is for the children at Wu-Tang Kids, friend of the show. Post a picture and it's got one of those idiot protesters that holds the sign that says homosexuality is abomination to God Almighty.
Oh, Westboro Baptist. Haven't seen those idiots in a long
Yeah,
time.
one of them fuckers. Well, next to it, we have this person with like a unicorn helmet on and some weird clothes and shit, and it's holding a sign that says never misses a gay event, and it's an arrow pointing to the Westboro Baptist dude. And the Westboro Baptist dude is staring at him like, I fucking hate you.
Good times.
I'm gonna tell mom. Moving on.
Fucking great.
Friend of the show, Satan at S8N. Christians, when they realize it's called the Bible and not the straight bull, and it's a picture of the Pope holding and inspecting the Bible, and the next one he's kind of got this weird sad look on his face, and then the third one he's got his damn hand in his hand on his face, and then like the fourth one he's looking up to God like you lied. But yeah, Bible, not the straight bull.
Huh.
And it's a thinker. All right, next up, friend of the show, Satan, back to back Satan here.
Ooh.
It says, y'all ever, it's one of those text conversation things. Y'all ever heard of a reverse exorcism? It's when the devil tells the priest to exit the child's body. And below it, someone's holding up a sign that says, I like dark humor, but holy fuck.
Wow. That's fucking dark.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking dark.
That's pretty dark.
Satan. I mean, what do you expect? All right. Friend of the show, Matthew Thomas, repost from the Heart of the TARDIS, who repost from Fruitlet. It says, Dad bod is just bare and straight. And it's a picture of Eric DeAndre leaning back, going, why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? I have a few gay friends who have told me I would do very well in the
Be
bear
right back with
community.
Parker.
Sure.
And
Otter
I'm just
community,
like, I'm flattered.
Sasquatch community. You're cleaning it up in all the mammal communities.
Hey,
Sasquatch.
everyone loves me, man. I'm for all species, man. All right, except mosquitoes. They can go fuck themselves. The former Chelsea Renner, now Chelsea Cruikshank,
yes.
friend, of course, to the show, repost from Millennials Are Not Children, who posted repost from Bring some. And it says, no cops at Pride, just Elton John with his Gucci shirt and a knife. And sure enough, it's a picture of Elton John wearing a Gucci shirt, holding a knife, very much the way you would think Elton John would hold a knife, honestly.
Daintily.
Yeah.
And this comes to us from the Crookshank, formerly known as Renner.
Yes.
Yep. Well said.
Yeah, I like how you said it better. All right, next up. This is the last one I got for round 3 here. Friend of the show, Matthew Quaysbarth, reposting from Peter and Brennan. And it says, the less flamboyant relative of Boom Chakalaka, and it's a picture of a bird identification book, and it says, plain Chakalaka. The less flamboyant relative of Boom Chak. Come on, Boom Chakalaka! Come on.
Nice.
You guys are definitely not into like bird watching. All right. That's all I got for round 3, leaving only my post with the most.
All right, the penultimate round with me. It's me. Where's my button? I want a button. So it is, as I said, indictment day again. So we have Bill Murray from Groundhog Day saying, well, it's indictment day again.
It's sad when that's so true.
Friend of the show, Katie, passed along this one. The locker up crowd is freaking out about lock him up. See, pronouns do matter. Friend of the show and a long time, why is my thing not working? Long time performer, Drew Harmon. You guys remember Drew? He posted the picture of the boxes that came out in the indictment this week, and it says, the funniest parts of this is how the bathroom looks like what a dumb person who won the lotto would design their bathroom. Yes, put a chandelier in there. Then use a tension rod for the Walmart curtain and put in a big plastic trash bin with a plastic store bag in it for trash. Also, gold doorknobs, because, you know, classy. Which was truly something, man. Tom Guerra commented on the same photo, said, obviously the bathroom chandelier is an incredibly powerful object here, but I'd also like to highlight the smaller secondary toilet chandelier as the real star of this show. You're like, oh, look at that. There's a little extra chain of like string glass pearls or something, whatever. Anyway, yeah. Huh, okay. Joe Mugley, friend of the show, passes along this picture that says the Trump Presidential Library. Same boxes, except now we see Kim Jong-un sitting on the toilet reading some files. We see Putin sitting up on a box reading some files. We see Mohammed bin Laden reading some files sitting on top of the box. It says, quiet in the library. People are reading. I gotta say, this is the closest I've gotten to being able to picture the Donald J. Trump Presidential Library. Honestly, this is, I don't know what that would even mean. And this one from me, horror, same picture, and it says, oh no, the high humidity in the bathroom is bad for paper. 50% of the librarians and archivists first thought at seeing this picture of these boxes in the bathroom. It truly was. My librarian crowd was super fucking triggered. Seriously was. We have a 4-panel with all the boxes on stage in the bathroom, falling over in the storeroom, packed in some other place, and it says, this week on Hoarders.
Yeah.
As mentioned, we have here the Grim Reaper, and he's playing with the claw machine. There's a bunch of people in there, and he plucks one out, and it says, Pat Robertson. Is Henry Kissinger even in this thing? And not to be outdone, later on in the week, that was passed along by Catman's Anti-Capitalist Treehouse of Solidarity. But also later on, Ted Kaczynski, death is plucking him out. Is Henry Kissinger even in this thing? Henry Kissinger is 100 years old and proving every fucking day that the good die young. And the evil bastards just bathe in teenagers' blood or something. I'm not quite sure. But, anyway. Want to pass along this. I hope the people in Philadelphia with their bridge collapse have seen this potential solution we have here for I-57, I-74. We have the Hot Wheels loop-to-loop to bridge the gap there. Possibly.
I've heard of dumber ideas.
You know, I mean, you know, I've lived through the same decades as you. Me too, TD.
Better than Dukes of Hazzard, isn't it?
As we said, the Saudi Arabian, I don't know, corporation, sheiks, Saudi family, whatever, that country dressed up as a person, dressed up as a corporation, that's a country. They have bought the PGA, so that's kind of fun. And people took a crack at redesigning the PGA logo. So we have the PGA Tour in red, white, and blue with the PGA golfers taking a swing, except instead of the golf club, it's a bone saw.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Not to be outdone though. PGA Tour agrees to merge with Saudi-backed viral LIV Golf, and we have a post that says, as part of the merger, the PGA will control holes 1 through 8 and 12 through 18. The Saudis are responsible for 9 through 11. Saudis are responsible for 9/11. Yeah, worked in a 9/11 joke. Fuck the Saudis. I'm sorry. And finally, for the penultimate round, Facebook for the Blind, a weekly memecast, has posted for Pride. We have a Pride flag, but it's the Stars and Bars rainbow flag, and it says, "When you're the superior race, but your brother Billy also looking like a snack in them bootcut Levi's."
Oh, no.
Passed along by a friend of the show, Mike Murphy. Murph, formerly of Mike and Molly's. That, except for my post with the most, is it's my round, my penultimate round of
Round 3.
Blind. Yep.
Eric, I'm going to have to ask for an assist on this one. Can you go to the most recent picture that I sent you?
Okay, you want me to show you this one? All righty. Yep.
This is my post with the most this week.
Okay.
And tell me when you're ready, Eric.
I'm working on it. Okay, and
This one came from a dear friend of mine and battle buddy from Iraq, Gonzo, who gave me my actual Army nickname. And are we ready, Eric?
oh, is it not showing?
They're
I don't
showing.
know.
He
All right,
can't.
I'm not there. I'm driving.
Oh,
This is a picture of a stalled or of a door on a porta john, and you see in the locked position, someone has written "poop alone," sad face, and in the unlocked position, it's labeled "poop with friends," happy face.
Oh, I think I've been to this training facility.
And that was my post with the most. Let's see what you had, TD.
Very nice.
Oh,
very
my.
nice.
All right, my post with the most. Coming up here in a moment. There we go. I posted this a few days ago. I reposted this Twitter thing I found. It says, "You're offered 50 grand, but if you accept it, the person you hate most in the entire world gets 100 grand. Are you taking it?" And Chris Panani says, "Yes. Why wouldn't I want $150,000? And my comment was, "I take cash, check, Venmo, PayPal, money order, railroad bonds, deeds to gold mines. Like, you got it, I want it." Yeah, but that's my post the most this week.
Very nice. I had a tie, so I got to do them both. Friend of the show, as we've commented on many times, and if you can't tell how much we love her, friend of the show, Chelsea Rennert, who is now Chelsea Cruikshank, memory of a post from her popped up, and I thought it was fantastic. This is Long-Term Relationship Barbie from February of 2022. And we see Ken is brushing his teeth in the bathroom, and Barbie is buck naked, shitting on the toilet with a newspaper. Long-term relationship Barbie, which I thought was very
Yep.
since she got married.
Yep.
And my post with the most, you remember that couple down St. Louis that the guy held up like what, an M16 or whatever and pointed it at the Black Lives Matter?
Mhm.
Oh, down St. Louis way. Yeah.
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 I can't remember that chode couple's name, but anyway, somebody has pasted the former president's face onto her body with the gun, and it says, "Stop celebrating." And a whole lot of people like this. That was my post with most. And sorry, we did not hit your hard 9 there, Michael. I apologize, but honestly, for this show, we're running so early.
Oh yeah,
This
we're
is good.
cruising.
We're not going to do no better than this, boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
That legally constitutes a wholly owned, fully constituted, and we did the whole thing for Facebook for the Blind for June 13th, 2023. We love you all so much. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Woohoo! Recording stuff.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.